I smashed a couple of small Christmas collections for Christmas in July, so I just wanted to share with you what I've made. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. I have a quick project share today. They were two partial collections from Simple Stories. They came in like one of their warehouse boxes. And I say partial collections because it was really like half the collection. There were only 6 sheets of the paper, but then it did come with a sheet of stickers and then a ephemera pack for like a page pieces is what they're called. So I had Ugly Christmas Sweater and Oh Holy Night. And again, there were like 6 pages in each, and they were just like like half of a collection, essentially. So I decided that those would be quick to use up. And so I started on both of them with some scrapbook pages, and I don't have any Christmas pictures that really would go for the ugly sweater yet. So I just thought I would make some base pages that I can add pictures to later on. And I did leave, this is one of the page piece, like die cut ephemera pieces. And so I glued it down, but left this part unglued so that I can, add a couple of photos here. And I did I was able to do 2 pages because the pieces that were in the page pieces were also on the sticker sheet, just in smaller scale. So I was able to kind of recreate the same basic page, just maybe some smaller pieces, and I used a different journal spot up here. So that was the first project, and then I ended up making a handful of hot cocoa packets for the upcoming holiday craft shows. These are they are like 10 inches long by 5 inches wide envelopes I picked up on clearance. I just glue the flap down, cut them in half, and then cover them with paper. So you can do this with any size of envelope. Just measure your envelope and cut your paper to fit. And so I used up some of the bigger chunks that I had on these, and then used some of the last bits of stickers and ephemeras, and did bring in some sentiments of my own in some cases. And then I had some smaller envelopes too. These were already like just cut from last year that I hadn't used. And so I did those. And this one actually used scraps. So I had a piece that was only, I think it was it was like 2 3x4 cut aparts on here. So it was 4 by 6 inches. And so I trimmed it down to fit the width of my envelope, but then cut a small piece off and moved part of it up. And then I had a strip down here and then just covered the gap with another strip of paper. Used up the last of those scraps. And then I also have a handful of cards. I have one that used up a lot of the border strip pieces that I had. And then just brought in, I had a big sentiment in my Christmas sentiment stash that was like journal card size, which is good because there was a lot going on this one. So I punched some hearts out of some like tiny scraps that I had left of like that red and white sweater pattern. And then Operation Ride Home, sketch number 154, my go-to for scraps, just using up the last bits of everything. So I just realized that I had forgot to go back and I had meant to add these hearts in on something, so I will do that. So the only sticker I didn't use, it just says ugly and bright, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling that sticker when I was doing all of these. So the next collection is Oh Holy Night, and I did use up all of the paper stickers and page pieces on that one. And I again started with scrapbook pages this time. I did use photos, and I did it the same way where I have 2 similar ones because what was in the die cut page pieces, there was also a coordinating sticker, just smaller in size. You can kind of see the size difference there. So I was able to do like a similar layout and use things in similar places, even though this page has 4 photos, this one only has 3. Tried to do something similar, used up some of the paper and a lot of the ephemera. And I even came back in after I made my cards and had some of these little word stickers left, little bits that I just threw on my pages to use them up. And then I have about 8 cards here. I didn't really use any specific sketches, was just trying to use up the scraps that I had left. So this one I think was towards the end, and I wanted to use the round stickers that I had left, so I just created a little focal point here with that, layered some of the scraps, and then there was a sentiment sticker left that said Merry Christmas. This one I love. It's super simple, but it's just showcasing, you know, the holy couple. And I pulled out some burlap paper from my stash, because at this point I don't think I had any full card mat sizes left, and I had this in my pre-cut card mat stash, and so I thought that was perfect because it fits with the style of, you know, like the original nativity. And then I just kind of let the die cut do the work on this one. I did add 2 of the stickers from the sticker sheet, The Reason for the Season, Come Let Us Adore Him. And so super simple, but I love this one. And again, on both collections, I did use scraps on the insides of the cards. Here's the sticker version of that one. Again, just layered some things together. I did a couple layouts of that because I had these square pieces from the plaid that I was wanting to use, like here. So this is similar to Operation Right Home 154, but I just didn't add the squares. I just kind of kept it as a solid square with a sticker. And then this one just wanted to use the sticker of Baby Jesus as the focal point. This is a sentiment from my stash. I did end up pulling in, I think, this Be Merry. I pulled out the Simple Stories ephemera bits from Jingle All the Way just because the colors were similar, not because of the theme. So I pulled out this Be Merry because it was the only thing that wasn't like super cutesy and just kind of fit the vibe. And again, this time I pulled out, it's a darker, like burlappy type pattern paper that was in my pre-cut card stash. And then this, I also at this point was out of stickers but had some scraps left. So I brought in a Paper Studio sticker sheet, Peace on Earth. Colors don't really vibe, but the theme does. So that is my quick project share. I had gone through my collections and noticed when I was trying to figure out what to do for Christmas in July this month, I noticed that I had, you know, several of these partial collections, these that came this way, and then the one that I did earlier this month with the advent calendar and the cards that, you know, had been partially used. And I thought, I'm just going to pull out all those partial ones and use those because they would be quick and easy projects for this month. So just wanted to do a quick share for that with you for Christmas in July. I do have one more Christmas video coming. It is my small pads, the Smash Those Small Pads collaboration. I'm doing a Christmas pad for that as well, and so that should be a tutorial coming your way. And hope you guys are enjoying the Christmas vibes, especially if you are in some of the parts of the U.S. and even really in other countries that are having heat waves right now too. I know there's a lot of places in the U.S. that have been like 110 plus degrees for days on end, like weeks. And then, you know, there's other countries that are suffering from the big heat wave too. So I'm sending cool Christmas vibes to all of you that are sweltering in the hot areas right now. But thank you guys so much for your time today and hope you all have a very crafty day.